My name's Sinead Marmion. I'm a solicitor in Phoenix Law doing asylum and immigration. I'm here because I represent a lot of unaccompanied asylum seeking children who require legal assistance through both their asylum claims, trafficking claims and any care proceedings that may arise through their being placed in trusts and social services here in Northern Ireland. Well, unfortunately, all the procedures around claiming asylum through trafficking procedures, they're all extremely traumatising again for the young people. So often they will have to retell their stories, relive that trauma, and that can be very damaging to the young person in terms of their emotional and health and their well-being. The processes require a lot of the young person. They require them to relive their stories, to try and understand our procedures here is very difficult, but also a lot of the time they are disbelieved by the Home Office, for example, who expect a lot from the young person to discharge that burden. They have to prove that they are a refugee in order to get protection in this country. So it's a very tough process for the young person. As their solicitor, it can be very tough as well, because it's quite difficult to explain these processes to a young person who is so traumatised and who maybe doesn't understand all the authorities around them, all the state bodies and all the potential rights that are engaged throughout those processes. So it's a very complex and difficult area. My job is to safeguard the child's rights, and rights can be invoked at any stage of the process. Again, I've just taken you through the statement of evidence, but again, that's extremely a traumatising journey as well for the young person. Your child that you're advising may not have capacity to even give you instructions, so you may need to get an expert report as well on how competent the child is, whether this process actually makes things much worse for the child, whether it's actually damaging in and of itself, and whether they can engage in this process. That can lengthen the process as well. So again, you're adding in more layers of difficulty, trauma and stress for the young person. We can improve things, I suppose. The services around the young people are very good in terms of education, promoting rights, ensuring that they're safe, ensuring that their mental health is looked after, their well-being, etc. But I think a deeper understanding of the actual legal processes so that services can be there for when that young person's going through that and dealing with those difficulties directly related to their asylum claim or the trafficking claim, for example, because those, as I mentioned, are very re-traumatising. And then again, if someone ends up in protracted court proceedings, for example, through a judicial review of the Home Office decision, that in and of itself can lead to the young person losing a little bit of hope as to their future. So while separately and outside they may be gaining skills and gaining hope and improving their integration into society in Northern Ireland, that's all well and good, but on the other arm, the state, the people that have the power to allow them to stay, is making their life very difficult. It often can lead to a loss of hope in the young person. Events like today are fantastic because I know personally I've learned so much about the services that are available to young people, but also how much we've learned as professionals as well, and how we can share that learning through direct interaction with young people. It's just fantastic to know that there are so many services around that can help the young people through their claims, and also just as a welcome and open arms to our society in Northern Ireland. It's great to know that there are so many people on their side.